If we could live to the age of 200, we know what we would do.
My name is Aubrey from Tennessee. Good mythical morning.
Good mythical morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smule, who is launching today, Link, the Sing app. This is the ultimate karaoke app. You sing karaoke by yourself with other people all around the globe. Let me demonstrate.
I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby, so here's my number, so call me maybe.
Okay, so we will play the singified version of that at the end of this episode. Why did you choose that song?
It's my favorite song.
Okay.
It's the world's favorite song.
Many of you have said that you're loving the new Season 2 Good Mythical Morning intro to the rooster breathing the fire. It's actually a cockatrice.
Yes.
That's the technical correct name for that mythical beast.
It's an actual mythical beast of folklore.
We want to thank Kendrick Kidd, who is the artiste illustrator of that. Check out his website in the description below. And the amazing animator Soto, who animated the whole thing.
He animated
the whole thing, man. It's great. Click on his stuff in the description and check him out. Support Good Mythical Morning artists.
Over at the Huffington Post, we get a lot of the things that we're inspired by. A lot of the weird news over at the Huffington Post weird news section. Mm-hmm. And there's an article over there about a Russian scientist and philosopher named Igor Vishev.
Yes.
Never heard of him until this article.
I've heard of the name Igor, though.
Who is now saying that it is likely that there are people alive today who will never die.
People alive today who will never die?
And he's not talking about something that we've talked about before. If those of you who are familiar with like the singularity and some other things, if you follow that kind of futurism type stuff, and that's, we get to a point where people can basically be saved on a hard drive. You know, their brain, if we can end up like mapping their brain and saving their brain on a hard drive, then they could technically be immortalized. So we're not talking about that. He's actually talking about advancements in medical stuff.
So he's assuming that with the way medical stuff is advancing, that
I think that's
people,
actually medical stuff is the
right.
word. Oh no, it's actually medical technology.
Medical technology is advancing such that people who are already alive today, maybe you, maybe me, maybe people a little younger than us, will benefit from that technology to live forever. Now, I don't know if that's true, but let me pause you for 1 second and say, it's great that we're talking about this today to balance the video we released on our main channel yesterday called Famous Last Words. So I put this end on my finger, and then I grab the battery.
This is the deep end, right?
Hey, can you hand me the hairdryer? Where we say things that people could say that are ridiculous right before they die in ridiculous ways. So to balance that, right here, right now, we're talking about living forever on the earth due to technology.
He's convinced that medical stuff or technology, if you want to get stickly about it, is advancing so rapidly that sometime later in the century, Homo sapiens will become Homo immortalis. Now, right now, current lifespan, you know, some people live to be 100, 120 maybe.
120?
Some people, the world record I think the world record is actually in the 130s or 40s.
Christy's great-grandmother lived to
160?
102.
That's pretty impressive.
At her 100th birthday, the local news would show up, and then at 101 and I think 102, they did a story on her.
That
she
is
died.
Literally old news, and it will become old news because that's going to be happening left and right. With or without these advancements, people are...
You're saying that her great-grandmother's not special?
But she's very special. It's very special to me personally. I've never met her. He actually talks about eventually even to the point of re-engineering our bodies to allow an autotrophic diet in which we feed on sunlight and air instead of on plants and animals. I think that's kind of crazy. But the point is that he believes...
I think the point is he's crazy.
A lot of scientists believe that we are continuing to make these advancements, you know, with replacement organs and you know, the medicine continues, the medical stuff is continuing to advance.
It stuffs.
And so it is possible, and it may not happen, there may not be somebody alive today that's going to live to be 200, but just in case...
Now you're backpedaling.
Just in case it is going to happen, the two of us kind of set aside some time and we came up with our 200-year plan. Just in case this technology becomes available to us, I don't want to be caught off guard by this and be like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm retired now.
Right.
I want to be ready.
Got to be proactive. You know, if you just retire and waste away, then, well, you'll waste away. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. What's your live to 200 plan? What would you do if you lived to 200? Now, I'll share, and then you share.
Sure.
I jotted down some of the things. Okay, first of all, I kind of segmented it into like 4 different segments. I wanted to keep it simple.
4 only, huh?
Starting now until I'm age 65, which is, I think, normal retirement age.
Okay.
I'm just going to do this, okay?
Yes.
I'm just going to say I'm prepared to invest in entertainment with you as my comedic partner.
Really?
Yeah, creative endeavorment until 65. So I'm still going to give you that much, even though I now know that I'm living much longer.
Okay, good.
If you're willing to go there, I'll stick with it, or at least I'll try. But then from 65 to 100, I'm just going to be a professional grandfather.
65 to 100.
Yeah, which
long span. Okay.
and I'll be professional grandfather, which may sound like I'm just retiring.
It does.
But I'm not just going to be a grandfather to my kids' kids. I'm going to be a professional grandfather to all the kids of Earth. I'm going to travel around.
Like a Santa Claus character?
I'm going to be like Santa Claus. It's like, I'm not going to give gifts. I'm going to train them all in self-defense.
Link a Claus.
Training in self-defense, professional grandfather. It will become a paid position around the world, I think. And I'm going to blaze that trail. Oh, I'm a professional grandfather. Oh, I've heard of that. Neil, he was the first professional grandfather. When he turned 65, blah, 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 blah. So
Who's going to pay you? The children don't pay.
Parents who want their kids to learn self-defense.
But the kids already have grandfathers. This is for grandfatherless children?
Who want self-defense. You're not getting the vision for this. I'm
Okay.
kind of disappointed.
All right.
I'll share my business plan with other people.
Okay.
You need not invest.
Got it.
And then from 101, at that point, I'm going to give up that profession and I'm going to take up swordsmanship and call myself the Highlander.
What age?
At 101.
Okay.
So 101, I'm going to call myself the Highlander, and then until 125, I'm going to travel to Renaissance fairs and charge people money to fight me.
Okay. Good luck with that.
And then at 126 to 150, I'm going to introduce my Highlander persona into the world of monster truck racing, which by this point, monster truck racing will be hover truck racing, and it'll say Highlander on the side of my truck, and the truck will be made out of swords.
Okay. Can I listen?
And then from 150 to 200, I'll probably be injured from
my
25
goodness.
years of hover truck racing, and I'm just going to commentate hover truck racing because I'll be injured, and then I'll die at 200. That's it for me.
You think my dream last night, or the dream of the other night when my wife was freaky? You wait until I get to my life plan.
Blonde woman or hover truck racing?
Okay, first
Because
of
we
all,
have not shared any
First
of
of
this.
all, my plan has more steps to it, so let me blaze through these, okay? First of all, let me tell you that this was all completely independently done. We have not talked about this until this moment.
Okay.
First of all, I will entertain with you until 75.
Oh!
What?
well-
Dude, this is a good thing we got going.
I'm sorry.
You
Okay,
can't quit at
I'll
65.
give
We're
you
going to
till-
live till 200.
I'll give you till 70. Let's meet in the middle. I got to be a professional grandfather.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm sorry.
I'm doing it for 10 years alone after you.
No, I'll give you 5 more years.
After 75, I'm going to take a 5-year break for treasure hunting and learning to fly.
Okay. Yeah, forget your grandkids. Who cares?
81 to 90, I'm going to go back to school. You forgot about continuing education. What's wrong with you?
Sword fighting.
I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to study archaeology and piano.
Okay.
And then from 91 to 130, I'm going to travel the world making amazing discoveries and performing moving piano concerts. Think about this.
The piano moves?
I'm going to compel people to tears.
Oh.
I'm going to bring people to tears. But I'm going to be like, I've got to go to Greece, to dig up this old civilization. While I'm here, see me at 7 o'clock at the at the amphitheater.
Yeah, there's a demand for that.
No, that's pretty awesome. You got to admit that.
Yeah, I like it.
From 131 to 135, second retirement. You got to plan for these things. I'm going to live alone in a hollowed out tree. It has been a dream of mine. 136 to 137, that's just a 2-year span. I'm going to occupy Sealand, that platform off the coast of England that is maybe a country, maybe not.
This is just a glorified bucket list for
138 to 142, I'm going to become an apprentice farmhand.
you. Okay, you're going to humble yourself.
I'm going to train in
and
farming.
work in soil.
143 to 153, I'm going to start a self-sustaining farm with the knowledge that I have garnered. And then in 154, I'm going to start a commune on that farm. Well, from 155 to 175, the next 20 years, I will oversee the commune. This is a big responsibility. People farming, people giving up worldly possessions.
You're going to hate that. Overseeing a commune gets old after like 6 months.
From 176 to 180, third retirement. I'm going to live on the...
At least you're pacing yourself.
I'm going to live on the French Mediterranean coast. Also a dream of mine.
Okay.
I will enjoy the hollowed out tree experience probably more.
I thought monster trucks were coming into this.
181 to 190, train as a monster truck driver, and stunt pilot.
You're kidding me!
What are the chances that me and you
We're gonna reunite!
monster truckers? This is so freaking crazy. We never talk about monster trucking, but in our individual 200 life plans, we're gonna reunite.
I can't believe it.
Listen, we're not making this up. We independently thought of monster truck driving. Listen, 191 to 199 dominate the world monster truck circuit as well as the stunt pilot circuit. And then at age 200, die in either a monster truck crash, which is difficult,
I said I would be injured and commentate.
or
you're gonna die and we're gonna
fi-
crash on each other.
Fiery air show accident. So what we have just realized is that later in life, we will meet again as monster truck rivals. We won't be a team.
And I'm gonna kill you.
It's one guy.
And be famous, and then I'll be the commentator for 15 more years. I can't believe this.
What does this mean? What does this mean?
Wow.
Think about that.
My mind is fried and blown.
We got to talk about this later.
Hover trucks. You didn't know that they were hover trucks though, so I gave you some more.
Well, I
information.
almost made a note that monster trucks will probably have evolved by that point, but I just took for granted that hovering is not as cool because you can't crush anything. A monster truck hover race, you just go over the cars.
No.
You need to crush the cars.
They're also hovering, and you still crush them. I hope.
What are the chances?
I mean, it's got to be dangerous because you die,
this
and I'm the one
is
who
just
kills
as
you.
freaky as that thing that happened with my wife.
I can't believe it.
Rhett arrests Link.
My mind is so blown, I almost don't want to do the wheel. I just want to sit here and just in stupor.
Just think about monster trucking.
No, but okay, just arrest me.
Okay. Sir?
Yeah?
You've been drinking?
No.
Any liquids at all?
No, nothing. Maybe I need some gum.
Milk? Maybe dairy products?
Last night I had some chocolate milk, but
I'm going to have to take you in under suspicion of drunkenness on lactose.
I just met you. This is crazy.